لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله ما لنا رب سواه.
الحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على خير الأنبياء والمرسلين محمد بن عبد الله عليه أفضل الصلاة والتسليم. A lot of students from our people, they are waiting or they are gonna to start examination soon. Some of them, they are already started. We stop for some minutes. We remember ourselves to take some benefit for ourselves and how the treatment with our children. First of all, we remember students, our children, that they have to take a reason. They study. They study because the good result cannot come with someone who was very lazy. Because you have to be successful in this life, you have to work. And our heart will be hung up with Allah, the one He be guide us. Because without the guidance from Allah, from the Creator, from the God, cannot anyone He will guide you. And we remember our children that remember the big exam. Remember them the big exam we have in this life, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the Almighty Allah, is saying in the Quran that we created us just to worship Him. وَمَا خَلَقْتُ الْجِنَّ وَالْإِنسِ إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونَ. There is one target for our coming to this life, just to worship Allah, worship the Creator, not to have anything in our life. We try to take benefit and good example for us that remember when you be care of our children, remember that we have exam as well. Don't forget your exam. Remember other people's exam and don't forget your exam, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He created you and your children just to worship Him. That's why try to get benefit from that. Remember yourself as a father or mother. Remember yourself that you have exam as well. Don't forget. And try to tell your children, remember them the big exam. Because in this time they will be very afraid. That's why they would receive. Try to link between the exam for the schools and the exam, the big exam what they have. And this is link, remember him to review. Yes, we need our children, or the children, they need to pass the exam with the good result. But at the same time, remember him, you need you, my children, to pass the big exam with the good result. Remember, I don't like you to be not pass the exam, and at the same time, we need you to pass another exam to be in the heaven, in paradise, not in the hell. Try to link, to let him grow up small, with thinking for the two examination. And for the children, remember him to be have a sincere intention. Because this will be helpful, because we study, tell him that we study not just to pass the examination, we study to have a knowledge. And knowledge, this will help to solve a lot of problems in our society, in our country. Just let him grow up, he thinking, because the famous doctors, famous scholars, they was children, small. If they let him grow up with this intention, they study to have a knowledge, not study to pass the exam. Because some people, they pass exam but don't have a knowledge. Just to take some knowledge which let him passing the exam, it cannot benefit him. That is we have, because our children, they are very small. They accept our advice. But when they grow up, maybe cannot accept our advice because the time is past. They have to be careful for that. And tell your children that you have to take a reason, but your heart just hung up with the guidance, the one who guide us to be successful or be good people. That is, we have to remember ourselves that the real successful, that when you call you enter paradise and you will be safe from the hellfire. We teach people about that. To let him grow up with very careful, with the pray on time. Is not, for example, the parents, they just look after their children for their study, but they don't care about that, how to pray in the morning, Fajr morning, something like that. They don't care about that. They grow up with thinking the successful just will be passing the exam with high level of result. This is what they have. Then they think if you leave some prayer, 1, 2, you don't pray, you still have time. It's not, we are not good a man, you understand? But we try to link between how to be successful in this life and hereafter, because this is the real successful, that to do what Allah asks you to do and avoid what Allah asks you to avoid, to be in paradise and to be saved from the hellfire. This is some lesson, some benefit from this occasion for our children. You have to be careful for that, to change their afraid to another side which will be gone together. هذا وصلى وسلم على خير البرية محمد بن عبد الله عليه أفضل الصلاة والتسليم.